Hello everyone, Atkpwr here with a fascinating and, I don't know, just one of my favorite videos I make, and this is the stat review for Season 11 of the Steel Division 2 League. So a phenomenal community member named Colonel Koenig, we've seen him play many times on the channel, top tier player. He calculates and collects all kinds of data from each league season and then posts it for us all to see. It's on his Twitter. Go check out his Twitter. Go follow him on there. X, whatever the crap it's called now. So he goes and he compulates all this great information and gives it to us so we can examine the meta and everything. Now, I do think also too that like the strike team uses this to help balance the game and things like that. So there's all kinds of info here. I got like 5 different sheets to go through. If you want this information yourself, it's on the SDL Discord. Okay, make sure to go check that out. This is just great information to have, especially if you're really trying to meta the game and get better at it. So thank you to him, first off. More than anything, thank you, Koenig, for that. Yeah, this is awesome. I love this. I love this video. If you guys enjoy this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and check out that Patreon down below for more to support the channel and for more Steel Division 2 fun. All right, so let's dive right in here. We are first looking at the Allied divisions. And we're looking at how many times they were played and how many times they won. It's as simple as that. Now, there's things like bans and all kinds of other stuff. We're going to go over that in other sheets. They're all there. So before you're like, that never gets played because it gets banned. Well, we'll find out how much these divisions actually get banned after we look through these things a little bit. Actually, let's hop over here. Let's start with that, actually. Let's start with our bans. Let's go through quick and see what divisions really get banned the most. What is the reality here? And then we can go from there on, why certain divisions get played a lot, some get played none. Is it because they get banned, or is it because they legitimately suck? So, starting here, we only have the divisions 1, 2, and 3 bans here. That's fine. These are the players who like really know the game really well and are using the bans and stuff to really manipulate the outcomes of the game. Divisions 4 and 5 are newer players, so they tend to be a little bit more just whatever that random player doesn't like seeing in their game, so it's not as reliable. So here we go. So basically, it just says how many times a division got banned in each of the divisions. Okay, so divisions 1, 2, 3, and we can see the number of times apparently that it gets banned in games. So going down here, we got this. I don't know why they're not equal. I guess some just don't even. I guess if they have 0 bans, they don't show up here. So that would be it. If they have no bans at all, they don't show up on these lists at all. So from a broad overview first, let's hop over here. We have different factions. Like again, this is just great info. So Soviets get banned 50% of the time. Western allies get banned 55% of the time. Germans are 49%. US are 43. UK 47. France 71. Commonwealth 54. Polish 73. Hungarian 62, Finnish 33, Romanians 30, and Italians 41%. So we see some very clear like factions that people are more concerned about than others. The top being France. And I think we're going to see a trend here because I did look through these stats a little bit. And Koenig hops into my comments all the time. Is like, the French are not overpowered. Just because it's a French company doesn't mean that they buff French unfairly. Okay. Definitely. Yep. No. The French divisions are totally balanced and everyone thinks they're totally fair. That's what the stats are telling me. But anyway, so we have a clear winner here. France is definitely the most feared faction of the faction. Now, of course, if we really look here, I don't actually know. I think this is bans. No, wait, this is wins. Sorry, these are wins percentages. These are win percentages. Oh, this is even better. Yeah, so the 21 times French divisions were played, they won 71% of the time. 54% Commonwealth, Hungarian 62%, Polish 73%, but of course it's a very small pool there. Romanians 10 games, really poor here. Finnish 12 games. Sorry, this is the win percentage. Excuse me. Apologies in advance. Again, some of this stuff I have to interpret because I don't get like the entire sheet. So sorry if I start the wrong way. So I mean, clearly here, the French divisions seem really good to me. And of course, it's 21 times. It's not a massive pool. Certainly nothing equivalent to like the Soviets, getting played 68 times there, or the Germans getting played 168 times, right? We're looking at a very small pool considering, comparatively speaking. But if we look here, I mean, truth be told, the only Axis faction that has a positive win ratio is Hungarians. I mean, that's the only faction of like the major faction, right? Axis allies. That's the only like minor faction sub-faction in the Axis side that actually has a positive win percentage. On the Allied side, Western allies overall are a positive win percentage. US are not, which is kind of surprising to me. Commonwealth are, right? Polish are, but again, it's a really small poll there. France, of course, very much so. So, interesting. Definitely not, maybe not what I would have expected right off the bat, and especially because newer players love to come in and be like, Germans are OP, blah 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 blah. You know, at least for 1v1, that's not necessarily the case. Yes, if you're playing around giant tanks in 10v10, sure. King Tigers, Yag Panthers, Elephants, yeah, they are. They're super strong. They are. I mean, I'm not gonna argue that. But in 1v1 play, maybe not so much. If we hop over here to the ban though list now, so we got a good number of bans here on Soviet division, specifically 43rd Reserve, 26th Strelki, 84th, and 97th. And I mean, that's those. None of those numbers surprise me. Those are basically like the 5 best, basically the 4 or 5 best Soviet divisions in the game. It's pretty clear. 44th gets banned a bit, but that seems weird to me. Actually, that division doesn't actually see that much play these days. So yeah, basically the 4 big Soviet divisions get banned relatively often. Hopping down here to the American divisions, 2nd US is still apparently one of the scariest divisions. Like if we look here, you know, we're really looking at the percentages over here because this is just Division 1 and this is Division 2 and 3 as well. So we can see that 2nd US got banned, it would appear 92% of the time, if that's how this is working. I apologize, Koenig, if I'm misreading your tables a little bit here, but 2nd US is apparently still a terrifying division. It used to be it used to be S tier. It used to be the like best division in the game for a little while. I don't know if it is anymore. It's very all-rounder good. I will say that it doesn't have any like blatant weaknesses. So I guess if you want, you know, if you want to try to, you know, if you're trying to screw your opponent who's picking first, you would ban this because you don't want them to have a nice all-around division that has no severe weaknesses. But is it 92% ban worthy these days? Probably not. This almost just feels like a holdover from older seasons where this division was terrifying and you absolutely had to ban it all the time. Yeah, interesting one for me. Task Force 45 here showing up a bit. That division hasn't sat much lately. Of course, Airborne Task Force, 89% Men of Steel. First DFL, 86%. Group Dodie, 91%. Clearly, people are fearing these French divisions and deservedly so based on their winning percentage. There's no reason not to be afraid of these. Yeah, no doubt about that. Continuing down here, First Special, 98% ban because people hate this division. It's crap. It's total. Oh, I can draw on this. You know, this division sucks. It's not fun. It's not fun to play against. Okay, we can even highlight here divisions that, I mean, I hope that the strike team looks at this and says, oh, you know, there might be something wrong here. There might be something wrong here, right? There might even be something wrong here and here, of course, and even here, maybe. Now, 2nd US has been around a long time. Is there anything like abusive about this division? Not really. And they've nerfed it a couple times in the past already. There's really nothing else here. CIL getting banned a fair bit, actually really surprising. But nothing else here really taking the cake in terms of, you know, breaking into the 80-90 percentile here. You know, but really it's most of the Men of Steel divisions here. Of course, 2nd US being the outlier, 1st DFL being an outlier of that, but 3 of those being Men of Steel divisions. Brony Rana, I can't believe it's even on the list, but it is. On the Axis side here, we can zip right through the Panzer divisions because people don't ban those super often because they not that good. Like that's kind of what it is. 17th SS getting banned 74% of the time here. Group Hartnick, 82. That's kind of surprising. I don't even remember seeing a game, and you all know I cast a lot of games. I don't even remember seeing a league game with Hartnick in it. Maybe one, but I don't remember. I mean, this is partly the reason, right? Because they're getting banned 82% of the time. But that still, to me, feels weird because I just don't feel like people pick it even when it's available. I don't see it actually being played very often. 3rd, 4th Fallschirmjäger, 98% on Fallschirmjäger. It needs to get nerfed. Something needs to happen to this division to knock it down a peg or two. It's still really, really strong. It's been really strong all year, and it actually got buffed from the Fallschirmjäger buffs. This division needs to get knocked back a peg. 3rd Fallschirmjäger, 83%. I mean, they just buffed this division, so I'm not saying it should be nerfed, but obviously people think it's very strong, right? Obviously people think it's very strong. And the only other Axis division to really crack into these big numbers here is First Penselos, and that's only 69%. That's not like the 80-90% we're seeing of some of these other divisions. Second Penselos at 57% as well. Actually surprised that one's that low, along with 7/15. Kind of thought those would be a lot higher. If we look here, percentage pick of each income. So Maverick was picked 57% of the time in Div 1. Unfortunately, we can't see Div 2 and stuff. And Vanguard 31%. So clearly, there's something off about long incomes. You know, balanced, V for victory. Flatline is obviously garbage. Juggernaut is just a worse version of balanced use most of the time. Actually, no, this is on another page. So there's the bands. Definitely a very interesting look here. Win percentage, definitely very interesting because the French definitely aren't OP. But anyway, hopping into the specific divisions here, we can check out every single division and how much they've won. This is Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, Division 4, 5. Yeah, Division 1, 2, 3. And this is the percentages on those three only. And then this includes Division 4 and 5 for all win percentage. But again, we see Division 4 and 5 as more newer players. So those stats kind of can warp what really is like the meta. You know, of like top tier players playing top tier divisions, which are the best, right? You know, that's kind of like what we're trying to see here. So zipping right down here, right off the bat, we'll stick to this column for now. We have only 3. You know, we're going to kind of ignore these 3 game people. 5 games here for 126th Gorna Strelke? Really? Oh, there's someone in Division 3 who absolutely slaps with 126th, apparently, because that's very much warping these numbers. And we always have to look for that too. There might be like oftentimes like a single player who plays a division really well and can kind of warp the numbers, like Luna playing 52nd Sickring, right? That division is really not good, but he makes it look like it's really good. You know, so we have to be aware of that, especially in these smaller subsets of numbers. 26th Strelke, only 57%, but above 50% win percentage, especially for a Soviet division these days. It's hard to ask for more. 84th oh no, wait, that's 44. Sorry. 84th though, performing poorly. Only 3 games, right? We saw that it got banned a lot, you know, a fair bit compared to all the other Soviet divisions. You know, continuing down here, that's just a 1 gamer. Third US doing okay with its 4 games. Second US only 50-50 for the few games that actually got to get played. Let's hear. Oh, second Blinde having a 5-1 win record. Very rarely banned, one of the only French divisions that isn't banned the majority of the time, and immediately puts up a 5-1 win rating. Although that could be Koenig rocking it. I don't know. Continuing here, first DFL, only 50% when it actually gets played. Dodie, though, every single time this division got to see play, it won. That is definitely very telling, right? We have to, you know, it's very telling. And I know it's only 4 games, but to go undefeated 4 times, the few times it actually wasn't banned, that's really saying something. Now you can see why it's always banned. Only 50% here on third Canadian. Very rarely got banned, right? First Pensela, no wait. First, sorry, I got, first whatever. The Polish tank division. Penselos. No. I'm stuck. It's the first Polish tank one. Pancherna. I got there. 100 divisions, you start to get messed up these days. So first Pancherna put up some good numbers along with first Piechota, whatever, first Polish. Pretty good at, CIL with 16 games. It's actually really surprising. I mean, and it got banned a lot too. We saw in the bans, this division did get banned a lot and still got 16 games in with a 50% win percentage. Wow. CIBG actually a negative there with its 5 games. And 6th Corporal performing awful down there at 20%. If we include everyone here, let's see if anything really sticks out differently. 43rd Reserve, seeing a lot better. I mean, it was good with just the 1-2, and then you add a couple more games, still 80%. 7th Mech did not do too hot. Here, what are you? 126th Gorno again. What? Okay. Are we missing something on this division? Is this division good, or is it just 2 people who rocked it hard? 26th Guard, getting closer to 50% there. But these other Strelke divisions not performing very well. Whoops. Second US at a straight 50%. No, wait. So second US at a 33%. Seeing a lot of losses in Division 5, though. Third US getting a 50. What else? Actually got some half decent numbers. Second Blinde, but again, that's mostly from Div 1. Dodie here. Of course, actually suffered 1 loss. Overwhelming. Yep, first from Cherna again. First Polish. 8th Cav. There we go. There's 8th Cav. Show. No, wait, that's CIABG. Yeah, that's CIABG. So yeah, some interesting allied numbers here. Nothing like way out of line, I would say. Nothing like super duper duper surprising that I'm like, whoa, did not expect that. Zoom in here a little bit. Zoom. Little out. Sorry, I gotta look and see if I got this. There we go. All right, so Axis divisions on the other side here. So right off the bat, we got basically no Panzer divisions getting played. Like almost none at all. That does say something, right? That really does say something. Yeah. I mean, there were allied Panzer divisions that not Panzer, allied tank divisions that were getting played. I mean, they saw some, but Axis Panzer divisions are apparently just god awful. Let's see here. 17th SS actually with a negative win percentage here overall in both categories. So 17th SS is not all it's cracked up to be these days. I don't know. Hartnick, we saw that it gets banned a lot, and it doesn't even have a positive win percentage for the amount it did get played. Kessel, negative, did have 9 games, though. People were definitely trying it. Just wasn't doing it for him. Let's see here. 3rd Fallschminger is positive, pretty hard. So yeah, 3rd Fallschminger deserves the fear. 4th Fallschminger was essentially never played. We saw it got banned 98% of the time, so that's not surprising at all. 5th Gebirgsjäger. There we go. This was one of the secret good divisions of the tournament here. 13-6 for everyone, 7-3 in divisions 1 through 3. So yeah, I mean, living up to the hopes and dreams there for those who love 5th Gebirgs. Seems very strong. 78 Sturm falling flat here, falling 1 and 3. 715, 50% only. Okay, so maybe this division isn't all out of whack. Right? This is not out of whack like the other Men of Steel ones. Let's see. Russell Sprung, actually 6-1. Someone in Div 4 was really cracking around with it, apparently. Festung. We saw this division a lot. I feel like I cast this division a ton. It was terrible. It's 3-6, 5-11 overall. This division is apparently overrated. Pretty hard. And a lot of the losses were in Division 1, so you can't even say that it wasn't piloted by good players. It apparently is not all it's cracked up to be. Again, this is all just based on the numbers. First Pensailers, though, definitely performing the way the bans would imply it performs, that you need to ban it pretty often. Second Pensailers only 50%, even with plays in both categories here. 25th Hadestali doing pretty well. 17th Divisiona, terrible. Okay, so that one's clearly not out of whack. And that's about it. The 50% on 5th Cav, and one of those is mine, and it makes me so sad. Oh, it makes me so sad. Oh no. 5th Cav, my beloved. You don't deserve. I think the other win though is mine. I think the win and the loss are me. I believe. I don't know for sure, but I believe it is. So yeah, definitely some interesting numbers there. Yeah. Nothing here like way out of whack though, of course. 5th Gebirgs being really good, it's not surprising at this point. People have been mentioning it now for several months that this division is actually pretty cracked. Festung being terrible, kind of surprising since people are like picking it a lot. Like it felt like it was getting aggressively chosen. But yeah, really actually didn't stand up very well at all. This next page we're going to hop on pretty quick, not too long on this one. I think the main thing to see here, so this is the faction win percentage again. He like copied and pasted different chunks of it. We can see the tank, mechanized, or infantry choices here for Div 1, Div 3, Div 1, Div 2, Div 3, Div 4, Div 5. And I guess this is, no wait, this is Div 1, Div 2, Div 3, and this is the overall, and this is 4, 5, and the overall. So actually, surprisingly here, tank division's getting picked 50% of the time, but we know that those choices are mostly not Axis. They're mostly allied tank divisions, because there wasn't that many. Oh no, wait, this is the win percentage. I apologize. So tank divisions here, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So tank divisions at 50, it's pretty equal. It's not like infantry divisions are performing way better despite this being an infantry meta. That's actually very interesting. Because again, I say it all the time on the channel, and everyone who plays the game says, this game's all about infantry. But if you actually look at the stats here, the stats would imply that all 3 major categories of division are equal. That is very interesting. Now, the number of games played are drastically different, right? We see basically 120 infantry games infantry divisions played, games with infantry divisions played, and 44 games with tanks played, right? It's hard to say. Hard to say. Because again, if two infantry divisions play against each other, right, it's like they both get a win and a loss. So I guess this would pull it towards a 50%. So maybe this stat is not as helpful as it would first appear it could be, right? So we hop into our next page here. Now we have some incomes. Time to do our annual which income doesn't suck. And of course, Maverick taking it in every single division by far. Over 50% in every single division. Balanced. Oh, my sadness. A slight increase in balance. Well, division 4 and 5, new players play balance. Can I take credit for that? Can I? Can I legitimate? I'm not trying to like talk myself up, but is that because of me? Is that because I play balance and people watch me? I hope so. That'd be cool. That'd be kind of neat. Okay, but new big player, the top players, they know I'm lying. They know that balance is not that good, despite how bad I'm trying to make it be good. But it's apparently not. I say apparently because I think it is. Because if we actually hop down here, let's hop down here really quick. Maverick versus balance. We see a balance won 67% of the time. Yeah, you know it, guys. Secret beat Maverick income. Although the truth is, if we look here, Vanguard won 22 times against Maverick with only 14 wins for Maverick, 61% rating. So the numbers would imply, while Maverick is the overall top choice by far, it doesn't actually take the cake against any income. Is that what I'm seeing here? I don't see Maverick. Yeah. I don't think Maverick actually beat any other income at all. Now that I look at this, Maverick lost to balance. Maverick lost to Vanguard. Maverick beat Flatline. There you go. Maverick beats Flatline. Nobody plays Flatline except these two people play Flatline, and that's it. Wow, that's actually fascinating. It means the majority of the games were Maverick on Maverick, right? That's really what we're saying here. But even in the lower divisions, Maverick lost consistently. Huh. I don't know what that says. I don't know if that just implies that only really good players play a different income against Maverick and win. I'm literally trying to figure out what this means, because obviously if everyone's picking Maverick, Maverick would be assumed to be the better income. That's why everyone's picking it, right? Like, duh. But statistically speaking, it actually loses against every other income. Every other played income, I should say. Balance, Vanguard, right? Those are the three right now. So what's up with that? What does that really mean? I don't know. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Picks, Axis 217, Allies 186. People pick Axis more, and yet still the Allies have a better win percentage. So, what are you going to do, I guess? And our final page, the actual, which are the communities thinks. What does the community think are I should say, what do the statistics think are the best performing divisions? Most picked divisions are CIL. Interesting. Fitzgebirgs, Festung, 17. Okay, so these are the feelings I was getting. 17th SS, 715s, Kessel, 26th, and 3rd Volkswagen. Only 2 Allied divisions here. Only 2 and 6 Axis. Again, weird despite what the statistics tell us that the Allies are actually better, technically speaking. Best performing divisions, Dodie. Shocker there. This Gornostrelki thing is really weird. I really think this is a player or two who are really good with 126, because this division never looks good. And loadout wise, their units are not good. So this is really strange to me. Russell Sprung 6-1. All right. 715th, 8-1. Second Blinde, first Penselos, really strong here. Third Fallschirmjäger, first Penselos. This is first Pencherna, excuse me. Fifth Gebirgsjäger and CIABG. These are only divisions that were played at least 6 times. So these were filtered out to the really strong ones. Worst performing, 6th Corporal. Oh, my Romanians. Why? 11th SS. Oh, I like 11th SS. Festung. Yeah. And again, I don't think this division is as good as people think it is. 2nd US, actually performing terrible. 5th Cat. Oh, buff them. Buff the Romanians. They need it. That's what it means. It means it. Ah, 20th Panzer. Oh, that's kind of surprising. 20th Panzer. 17th SS. Look at that. CIL, Tetau, and 84th. Very interesting. Very interesting. And maps in the center. This is what, okay, and this is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Let's just get this out here now. Eugen should look at this list of maps, and they should say every map that's been played less than like 10 times has something wrong with it. Probably. Let's not even say 10. Let's back it down to 5. Every map that's been played less than 5 times probably has something wrong with it. Gora, oh yeah, that's stupid. Illimansi, garbage. Krupa, not very fun. Lenina, absolute trash. Ciano, completely unfair. Tali, really not fair. Slitzwets, completely unfair. Yeah, and that's all the below 5 ones. I'd say that's pretty good. Ostrono, this one definitely feels, I feel like that should be on the list. Sedilsha, nope, that one's fine. Slutz is fine. Slutz is fine. Tannenberg, really, I'm actually surprised at this one. I personally find Tannenberg somewhat fun to play. I find it fun to play. It's a relatively fair map, more so than a lot of other maps. So this one kind of surprises me. This doesn't. This surprises me. Brest West is a very unfair map. The hillside is very strong. Very, very strong compared to the non-hillside. Like, not even close. Yeah, I mean, if I were Eugen and I cared a lot, which I do personally, but, you know, really, really wanted to put the time into making this game better, because this game still has replayability, but I would take this list of 6 maps and totally change them. Totally change them. Option 2, release the map editor. Excuse me. Editor. Release the map editor. So that we can make our own maps. And I know what you're going to say, because Eugen has to personally, like, put in the AI for every single map. Okay, cool, fine. How about this? How about you just don't put AI on it? Can't, like, what if you just can't play against the AI on the map? Like, what if it's just a map for multiplayer? I don't know how it works. When they say program the AI, does that mean the literal AI, like when I press play a skirmish against the computer, or does that mean the AI for everything that happens in the game? So when I say fast move, it goes on the road automatically. Is that the AI they're talking about, or are they literally talking about the AI itself, who I'm playing against as AI? Because if it's the second one, if it's the AI I'm playing against, we don't need that. We want multiplayer maps. So scrap the AI part and just put the maps in as straight maps with no AI capability so we can play on them. If I'm right, I don't know. Again, I don't know. If I'm right, though, and it's the second one where we're just talking about programming the actual AI to be able to play against us, AIE, screw it. Get rid of the freaking AI on those maps and just make them better. It's all good. I'm good. But anyway, those are all the stats from Season 11. Hopefully this was interesting for you guys. I found it fascinating. But yeah, let's nerf Men of Steel. That's the main conclusion I'm going to. Let's nerf the French. Nerf the French hard. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to release this new D-Day one, and the French are going to go boom even more so. And then Koenig, our best friend who gave us all his stats, are going to tell me how the French are not OP, totally fair, and, you know, they're definitely not the best faction in the game by far. I'm just razzing. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm just razzing. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider checking out that Patreon link down below. Thank you to all who have or are currently supporting me. It really does mean a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this and have a fantastic day.